I had Mark Andreessen in here, and Mark Andreessen was explaining, he said the most terrifying meetings we ever had was when we were part of an AI startup, and the government came in and said, we're not going to let you do this.
Right.
Not only are we not going to let you do this, we're not going to let anybody do this. We're going to have a small amount of these things. We're going to completely control them.
Yeah.
He was like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are like openly saying this, that you're going to inhibit innovation at the highest level of technology, some shit that you probably don't even understand. But you want to have absolute control over it.
I think the worry is that people don't trust the government, nor should they. But I don't know if they trust these tech guys either.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Look what's going on with OpenAI.
That's the whole thing. I think that people are wary of the tech people because these were the same people that were censoring and kicking people off the internet when the people in the White House were blue.
Right.
And now that the people in the White House are red, it's swung back the other way.
Exactly.
So I think people are a little wary of that.
Yeah.
They don't know where that goes.
It's just power. It's just, I mean, like Bernie Sanders is right in that you should be scared of oligarchs, and oligarchs shouldn't be running our government. He's right in that regard.
Right.
And when people get into positions of just unchecked power, so let's say if someone had control of some tech company, let's say it's an AI company, and that AI company literally creates the unstoppable AI that helps empower the entire country. And this one guy is in control of it, and he's worth $3 trillion now.
Right.
And he decides to lobby and change a bunch of laws and influence politicians, and his company starts donating to certain politicians. You could change the fabric of society with enough money and enough power and enough influence.
Yeah.
Especially if you could completely control what the narrative is.
Right.
In terms of like when people Google things, when they search things, when they talk about things, you can completely control what they're allowed to talk about and how that narrative gets countered instantly with facts and bullshit. And you can just...
Well, it's being done everywhere, right? So it's being done at the highest levels. And I think people are uncomfortable with just losing, even though a lot of them realize that we didn't have a ton of control, they feel like, I think when you head into the world of tech where people just don't even know where this goes, where does it go? Does it go to transhumanism? Does it go to like AI replacing everybody? And then at what point, what do you do with those people that AI replaced? Do you give them all cryptocurrency that's linked to their biological whatever? I've heard all these ideas, right? Like, how do you deal with driverless cars where if the entire road is automated? How do you deal with that? I think that fills people with an anxiety where they go, what is the plan? And then a lot of these tech guys are like, well, we got to get off the planet. And I think people start going like, wait a minute, like.
That's Weinstein. Eric Weinstein.
Well, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
I'm like, I'm staying. I don't know what you're saying.
There's a lot of people.
There's no air on Mars. Like, let's not go there.
Yeah, well, for sure. For sure. Do you think Trump and Musk will have a falling out eventually?
I don't know. It's a good question. The media keeps trying to push that they are.
It feels like they're just big personalities and that there's an inevitability when you have two guys that are incredibly,
perhaps
alpha.
But Elon is very smart, and you see he's always very deferential. And he's always very respectful. Mr. President, it's always that.
Well, of course.
Call him sir. That's how I treat him. I always call him sir. It's Donald Trump. Yeah, I get it. You're fired. I get it. But he's also the president of the United States. I call him sir. But I call everybody sir.
Yeah.
I call everybody sir.
Yeah.
It's like the byproduct of me living in Texas now.
Right.
Too.
Sure.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to...
You don't get pulled over anymore here.
And if I do, it's not that big of a deal.
If you get pulled over here, a cop gives you money.